What's up, everyone? Let me tell you about something absolutely insane that happened in Mumbai. Imagine this, a fashion show, but instead of models, you have supercars. Yes, you heard that right. This was the first ever Supercar Catwalk, an event that completely changed the game. It wasn't just another car show where you walk around and look at parked vehicles. This was a full-blown production, a high-energy party where cars were the stars. The whole idea was to mix the raw power of these amazing machines with the glamour and style of a high-fashion runway. It was a crazy, brilliant concept, and the excitement in the air was just electric from the very beginning. The setup was mind-blowing. They built a special runway, just like the ones you see at Milan or Paris Fashion Week. There were bright lights, loud music, and a massive screen that made everything look even more epic. The crowd was buzzing, everyone with their phones out, ready to capture every single moment. You could feel the anticipation building up. People weren't just here to see cars, they were here for an experience. It was about seeing these beasts in motion, hearing their engines roar as they rolled down the ramp. This wasn't a static display. It was a dynamic, living, breathing spectacle that brought these incredible machines to life in a way no one had ever seen before. Over 50 of the most incredible cars you can imagine were part of this show. We're talking about a mix of everything that gets a motorhead's heart racing. There were the latest, most advanced supercars, the kind you see in movies and dream about. Then there were the modern classics, timeless beauties that still turn heads wherever they go. And to top it all off, a lineup of some seriously cool modified cars, each one a unique expression of its owner's personality and passion. It was a celebration of automotive culture in all its forms, bringing together different eras and styles onto one single spectacular stage for everyone to enjoy. The whole event was organized by the Supercar Club Garage, a new venture by the awesome Gautam Singhania, the chairman of Raymond. His vision was to create a one-stop shop for supercar owners, and this event was the perfect launch party. It wasn't just for the owners though, it was for every single person who loves cars. It was about sharing that passion and creating a community. The energy was infectious. From the moment the first car rolled onto the runway, the crowd went absolutely wild. Cheers and applause echoed through the venue, mixing with the powerful sound of the engines. It was more than a show, it was a festival for all of us who live and breathe horsepower. Let's talk about the real stars of the night, the cars. The lineup was just unbelievable. The supercar category was pure fire. We saw iconic brands that everyone knows and loves. Think Lamborghini, Ferrari, McLaren, Porsche, and Aston Martin. Each car that came down the runway was a showstopper. There was a stunning Lamborghini Huracan Esto, looking like it was ready to tear up a racetrack. A beautiful Ferrari 296 GTB also graced the ramp, its sleek lines and classic red paint making everyone gasp. Seeing these machines, usually spotted for a fleeting moment on the street, slowly cruise down a runway was a completely different and amazing experience. But it wasn't just about the latest models. The show also paid tribute to the legends with a category for modern classics. These are the cars that set the standard and inspired the supercars of today. One of the biggest head-turners was the legendary Honda NSX. This car is an icon, a piece of automotive history, and seeing it in pristine condition under the spotlight was a real treat for all the enthusiasts in the audience. There was also a classic Nissan GT-R, a car that has a cult following around the world. These cars brought a sense of nostalgia and reminded everyone of the timeless appeal of great engineering and design. The variety was what made this event so special. It catered to every kind of car lover. You had the pure, unadulterated performance of the supercars and the elegant history of the modern classics. And then there was the creative and wild world of modified cars. These vehicles were all about personal expression. From custom paint jobs and wide-body kits to engine upgrades that pushed them to the limit, each car was a unique masterpiece. This segment showed that car culture isn't just about buying an expensive machine. It's about making it your own, pouring your heart and soul into creating something that is truly one of a kind. One of my personal favorites was a rare McLaren 765 LT Spider. There are only a handful of these in the country, so seeing one up close was a huge deal. The car is an absolute beast, a track-focused monster that looks as fast as it goes. Watching it slowly roll down the runway, its powerful engine rumbling, was a moment I won't forget. It represented the peak of modern automotive engineering. Every car that appeared had its own story and its own personality, making the Supercar Catwalk a rich and diverse celebration of everything we love about the world of automobiles. It was a true feast for the eyes and ears. This event wasn't just about the cars, it had a serious dose of glamour and star power too. The fashion element was woven perfectly into the show. As the cars made their way down the runway, they were accompanied by models wearing stunning outfits. It was a fantastic fusion of high fashion and high performance. The style of the clothes complemented the design of the cars, creating a visual spectacle that was both edgy and elegant. It elevated the whole experience from a simple car parade to a sophisticated high-end production. It showed that cars aren't just machines, they are works of art, and they belong on a stage just like this. Of course, the man behind it all, Gautam Singhania, was there, and his passion was contagious. He didn't just organize the event, he was a part of it. He personally drove some of his own incredible cars onto the runway, including a stunning drift car that got the crowd roaring. His involvement showed how much this project meant to him. He was joined by another legend, my buddy and India's top rally driver, Gautam Gill. Seeing Gaurav there, a champion who has conquered the toughest terrains, added a layer of pure motorsport credibility to the event. He shared his excitement and even got behind the wheel, which was a massive highlight for everyone. The night was also packed with entertainment. In between the car showcases, there were live music performances that kept the energy levels sky high. The beats were thumping, the lights were flashing, and the vibe was just electric. It felt like a massive party, a festival celebrating speed and sound. One of the biggest announcements of the night came from Gautam Singhania and Gautam Gill. They revealed the upcoming Indian Racing Festival, a new city-based racing league. This was huge news for the Indian motorsport scene, promising more action, more competition, and a bigger platform for Indian drivers. The presence of these special guests made the event feel incredibly important. It wasn't just a gathering of car lovers, it was a landmark moment for automotive culture in India. Having someone like Gautam Singhania, a respected industrialist and a passionate car collector, lead the charge gives the whole scene a massive boost. And having a motorsport hero like Gautam Gill endorse it brings in that competitive, raw spirit of racing. Their participation bridged the gap between car enthusiasts, the corporate world, and professional motorsport, creating a powerful and exciting new community for everyone involved. Just when you thought the night couldn't get any more exciting, it was time for the grand finale. This final act was dedicated to the most rebellious and creative cars of the show, the modified cars. This was the moment everyone was waiting for. The lights dimmed, the music cranked up, and one by one, these custom-built beasts rolled onto the runway. These weren't your everyday cars. They were rolling pieces of art, each one reflecting the unique vision of its owner. The crowd went absolutely insane. The cheers were louder, the flashes were brighter, and the energy was simply off the charts. This wasn't a quiet parade. The finale was a symphony of roaring engines, popping exhausts, and screeching tires. One of the highlights was a modified Nissan GT-R, a true monster that sounded like it was ready to unleash chaos. Then there was Gautam Singhania's own drift car, which performed some insane maneuvers on the ramp, filling the air with the smell of burning rubber. It was loud, it was dramatic, and it was absolutely awesome. This segment was a tribute to the tuners, the builders, and the dreamers who spent countless hours in their garages, turning ordinary cars into extraordinary machines. It was a celebration of pure, unadulterated passion. The atmosphere throughout the event was just incredible. It was fun, it was friendly, and it was filled with positive energy. You could see people from all walks of life, families with kids, groups of friends, serious car collectors, and curious newcomers, all united by their love for cars. Everyone was smiling, taking pictures, and sharing their excitement. It wasn't an exclusive stuffy event. It was an inclusive celebration that welcomed everyone. That's what made it so special. It broke down barriers and created a space where everyone could share in the joy and thrill of automotive culture. It felt like being part of one big, happy family. In the end, the first Supercar Catwalk was more than just a success. It was a revolution. It took the concept of a car show and turned it into an unforgettable entertainment experience. It was a perfect blend of horsepower, fashion, music, and celebrity glamour. The combination of seeing rare supercars, timeless classics, and wild modified cars all on one stage was something Mumbai had never witnessed before. It was a bold idea that was executed perfectly, leaving everyone buzzing with excitement and eagerly waiting for the next one. This wasn't just an event. It was the start of something big for the car scene in India. It was fast, it was fabulous, and it was absolutely epic.